Hello Libra, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead, my friends. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you, Libra. I'm here with some oracles. I'm going to put the oracles down first so we can get the overall energy for what's coming up in the week ahead. And whenever you get this, today, tomorrow, next year, it could resonate with you. It is a general reading. It's not going to resonate for all of you, of course, but I do have these oracles. We're going to put them down and then we're going to throw some tarot on top and we're going to get some details about what's going on next week. So how are you, Libra? I hope you're well. And thanks for clicking here. I appreciate you. If you are just rolling up on all these shenanigans and you've never been here before, if you want to stay, there is a subscription button down in the bottom right-hand corner of this little screen where I live. So welcome, welcome. Let's find out what's going on for Libra, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. Tell me about Libra. We've got the cleansing waters. Purification activates vibrant life force. I feel like you're coming out of a funk, Libra, I want to say. That the cleansing waters are telling me that something here is being renewed, or that we're breathing life into it, or we're hydrating it again. You know, remember those little, you used to get those little, what are they called? What do they call them? Sea monkeys? Do you remember those? Tell me if you do in the comments. That's what I'm seeing. That you would put them, right, and they would grow, right? They would, and sometimes you could get little plastic ones and they would grow into like seahorses, right? I feel like something is being made big again or rehydrated, or it feels like maybe you're feeling better. Maybe you're feeling rehydrated or better. It feels like the cleansing waters are here. It says purification activates vibrant life force. So you're feeling like you have energy again. Feels like maybe that you were feeling a little exhausted. It says the narrow pathway, tread thoughtfully. So maybe you've been traveling for a long time. And I don't necessarily mean by foot. Maybe you've been traveling in your mind. Maybe you've been overthinking things. It feels like you're about to come to some sort of a place where you can drop it or be cleansed by it. It's like the lesson of the narrow pathway. It feels like you were maybe had your back against the edge of a cliff as you were trying to pass by. This is one of those bridges that is made of just like slats of wood and rope bridge. And so it's like the narrow pathway, like you had to be really, really careful about what steps you took here. I feel like you're coming out of an energy of feeling exhausted because you had to watch every single thing you did, said, every place you stepped. Tell me more about Libra, please. More about Libra. We've got love. Okay. Somebody here is ready to enter some emotional waters of love, possibly. We have success. It's been waiting for you in the wings here. It's been hiding. I feel like you really didn't see it. It's been blending in with the situation here. Success is coming. Look at all this. We have all these chakras here. Orange, yellow, purple, pink. We've got crown chakra, third eye. We've got solar plexus. We've got all the chakras. Green is the heart, right? We've got all of the chakras that are opening here. It's like you're in alignment, I want to say, and you're ready for maybe possibly love. Love to bloom, or love to flower for you. One more card, please. After we do this, we're going to throw some tarot on it. We're going to get some details. Let's find out what else we've got here for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got guilt. It says, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So maybe you have finally decided to just release the guilt. Look, it could be mom guilt. It could be dad guilt. It could be son or daughter guilt. I feel like there's something here that you've been carrying around with you that's been blocking you from your success in love, or it could be love of the self as well. But it does feel like you're being cleansed. It feels like there is a new cycle that you're coming into here that's activating your vibrant life source. Self-esteem, I like it. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. All right, so I feel like you're figuring out who you are, and you are going to have success in getting through this narrow pathway. It feels like this is an arduous journey, one that took a lot of focus, one that took all of your energy, and maybe now it's time for you to rest and cleanse from that. Is what it feels like here. What should we use? All right. Let's do this. Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Libra, if you're interested in a private read, you know what to do. Go to the pinned comment. Instead of going to Wizio now, you're going to Hipsy. There is a new pinned comment with a new link. And you can check out my pricing there if you're interested. Tell me about purification that activates vibrant life force, the cleansing waters. We've got temperance. Ah, that's beautiful. It's exactly what it is. This card does remind me of temperance. I've got a lotus flower that is blooming here. Now, maybe it's a lily. No, it does look like a lotus flower, but it's on a lily pad. But the thing is that lotus flowers usually grow in the mud, and this is the cleansing waters. We do have a dragonfly here, which tells me that you could have somebody looking over you from above. You know, they're usually, when you see dragonflies, it's not very often, at least not where I am. And when you do, it's usually that somebody, a loved one, is with you, sending you good wishes. So I feel like there is healing that's here. It really does feel like healing, getting things back into balance. It feels like you're going to be balancing your emotions with your sturdy, stable earth energy. Maybe you have an earth placement, maybe you don't, or a water placement, but it feels like something here is coming into balance, and it is quite healing. So we are in the healing waters for sure. Sun is in the background. Things are in bloom. That's what it looks like. This new cycle is looking pretty good. Tell me about love, please. We have the King of Cups, the big dog, as I like to call him, because that's the one who can anticipate your needs. Feminine or masculine, this person is solid in a storm. This person is the one who, when the building's on fire, they'll get everyone out. You know, the King of Cups is also somebody who is practicing emotional intelligence, which means, you know, they don't melt down at the sight of fear or things that are not going right for them. This is somebody who's sort of stoic, keeps it under the surface, and usually keeps their feelings under the surface. So I want to say that maybe, Libra, that maybe you've been keeping your feelings under the surface, or somebody's been keeping feelings under the surface for you. Now, if you have a water placement, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, it could be you, but if not, maybe it's another person. Somebody's been keeping those feelings hidden here, but you're about to release some sort of guilt here. Anything here says, I release any beliefs, not just guilt, any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. You're feeling more confident. And I think that's why you're releasing the guilt. You're like, I'm not carrying that for you anymore. And I don't know if you're carrying, what sort of guilt you're carrying. It's going to be different for all of you. But I feel like you have built yourself to a place here of abundance. And you built it alone. And it feels like you're feeling quite confident now and no longer weighed down by the things that don't feed your soul's growth. Look, you've grown a whole garden here, and that's because you're no longer feeding what is not yours. If it's not assisting in your soul's growth, you're not going to feed it. You're not going to nurture it. And so I feel like you're in this really confident energy of, I'm not going to have guilt over that any longer. So I left this spot here clear because we are going to look at the week after, right? So we're going to look at what's coming up in the next week after this reading. We've got the Hanged One, and we've got the Three of Cups. So something that is stalled, something you've been trying to get perspective on. I feel like you've been hanging there trying to get an answer, a different perspective. I feel like you've got your aha moment, and it feels like you've got your perspective is here, and now it's time for balance and celebration. I love that. Let's talk about temperance. Let's go back and clarify here. There is success here, don't forget, right? Yeah. Feels like all the hardship you've gone through is leading to this place of balance. I like it. Tell me about temperance. We've got the Queen of Cups. We've got the Judgment card. And we've got the Seven of Swords. So the Queen of Cups, right? Somebody who is the mate, usually the mirror to the King of Cups. But Judgment is here. It feels to me, Gemini, oh, sorry, you're not Gemini. Maybe you're dealing with a Gemini. You're Libra. It feels to me, Libra, that this situation is something that's been harbored under the surface for a really long time. It feels like it's something that we don't talk about. Putting things to rest, putting old things to rest and moving forward is something that we don't talk about. We don't talk about our healing. We don't talk about seeing a psychologist or a psychiatrist. We don't talk about how we're healing. And I feel like you're changing all of that. It feels like you have been in a really tough cycle or a place where you felt like you couldn't emerge and show people that you have been cleansed by, whatever you believe. Maybe it's a belief system. Maybe it's ideas that you have. It feels like you are somebody who is keeping yourself hidden or under the surface. It feels like somebody is about to show up and show up in judgment. Like, it's like the old me is dead. Y'all are going to have to deal with that. The new me is here. And I'm going to now move forward on my path because it's my decision to do so. So it does feel like somebody here, with the Queen of Cups present, it could be that you're telling a mother that it's time for me to be who I'm going to be. And if you don't like that, then that's not a me problem. That's a you problem. But it does feel like you're being born again. It does feel like that. And I don't mean that in a literal church sense, right? I mean that whoever you used to be or whoever you pretended to be in order to get along with other people, you're no longer that person. I feel like you're telling the people that you love the most that I've made a decision. I've made a judgment. Decision is I'm going to leave back there what I don't need, including this guilt of not being who I've always wanted to be. And I'm no longer hiding things from you. With the Seven of Swords here with the Judgment, I'm making a judgment on the Seven of Swords. I'm no longer hiding things from you at all. I'm going to be really honest with you. So this King of Cups could also be the love of self, understand, because somebody here is being authentic. Feels like you are finding your authenticity, or maybe you always had it, but you were scared to show it. We've got the Two of Swords in the reverse. A decision has been made. I love it. And then we have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Magician. Look, you always had the tools. You always had the tools to love yourself or to love others. The Magician is here saying that you do have all the resources. You do have the resources. You do have the skills. The Eight of Wands tells me that things can move forward now because you've made a decision about the King of Cups. Now, this King of Cups could be maybe you've made a decision in love. I'm finally going to tell the person. I'm going to reveal my feelings to somebody. But it also could be the love of self. I've decided that I can move forward now because I feel empowered as the Magician. I've manifested myself up to here. I've manifested the love of self. So for some of you, this is self-love and being authentic with the people around you. And look, the ones that walk away that don't like the new you or the authentic you, they'll find other people to be terrible to and tell them what box they should be in and what words they should use. But I feel like you are deciding to free yourself from that. And with this love here, it definitely could be that this King of Cups is a new love interest for you, or that you are loving yourself. But nonetheless, a decision is being made to release feelings. I'm going to start telling people exactly how I feel about things. And I'm going to continue to be the Magician. I'm going to continue to manifest what I want. Tell me about this Nine of Pentacles and this guilt here. We've got the Justice card, that's you. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, and we've got the Four of Cups. Rejecting, right? Rejecting guilt. I love it. And in placing it in the center of everything here, you're placing the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like you're about to get some really big, abundant blessing from the universe. It could be a new path. It could be money for some of you. It could be a new job, but there's a brand new cycle opening here. This is now a cycle of your justice. We've got 9 Pentacles and 1, which is 10. This is a brand new cycle. When we get to the 10s, it starts back at the 1 again. And so we get to build from the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like you're rejecting guilt. I'm not going to have guilt for the way people thought that I should be for them, or the way they thought I should show up for them. I'm now showing them justice. I'm now showing them that I'm balanced. I am showing up as myself. That you're showing up as your authentic self. I really love that. And if they don't like who I am, that's okay, because I'm confident. It's all right if they walk away. I'm abundant. I'm confident. I'm rejecting their guilt. They can live with it, and I'm not living with it any longer. This is a beautiful story of somebody who's decided that, some of you, it's a beautiful story of someone who's finally releasing their love feelings to you. But for someone else, it's like, I'm just going to love myself. And when I love myself, I'm going to attract all the people that love me too. So I feel like you're now going to be celebrating, because I feel like this hanged energy tells me that in the week after this, that the hanged energy is you've got your perspective, and now you have your balance. And now you're enlightened again. You're enlightened, and the Three of Cups is here saying that we're going to celebrate it. We've got the Five of Pentacles. We've got the Star in the reverse. And we've got the Three of Wands. Oh, it's kind of beautiful, because you were on the outside looking in with the Five of Pentacles here. You were feeling left out, feeling like you couldn't, like you were, by yourself. And it feels like you had lost hope for a while there, that things were actually going to work out the way you wanted them to. But the Three of Wands shows up, and now you have more hope for the future. It feels like you started having no hope for the future. But because you now have come to this place of perspective, like the perspective is, if they don't want me to be authentic, then they don't need to hang around me. And it draws in a new soul tribe. The Three of Cups is you become more social because you love yourself and you just are going to be whoever you're going to be. I just love that. Look, the World card is here. I love that for you, Libra. The World card is telling me this is an accomplishment and a milestone. Something's come full circle and you have accomplished something here. Something that you set out to accomplish maybe back in the moon energy. Moon energy is 18, this is 21, so there's a whole lot of energy that goes on between 18 and 21 in the major arcana. It feels like things weren't as they seemed. And maybe although you felt a little bit defensive in, coming out and saying to people, look, this is who I am. If you don't like it, too bad. I feel like this is a really big accomplishment. And now that you've closed this chapter, now it's time for you to move forward into the future. How beautiful. I really love that. All right. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you, Libra, for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. And I'm going to go for now. But of course, I'll be back because I can't stay away from you that long. Love you guys. Be well. Bye-bye.